2003 was the year when for the first time I got introduced to Project IGI. At the time, I was in nursery grade, or preschool as you may know it. We had a Pentium 3 computer at my house and it belonged to my uncle, and I remember on a Sunday night, he brought this disc with him. The entire family was looking at this marvelous achievement of a game. The graphics, even 3 years after its release date, was still unlike anything else we have seen at the time. In 2003, there were a number of games with better graphics, but they also needed better computers. Most common household computers were Pentium 3s, Pentium 2s. They could barely run Microsoft Office and was mostly used for multimedia purpose like play music, watch movies, or maybe store family pictures. And if we ever got the chance to play something on them, the most common and easy to run games were Q Club, some Sega Genesis or Neo Geo emulated games, Crazy Taxi, House of the Dead, Virtua Cop 2, that kind of stuff. So a game with graphics like that, running on a PC that would even struggle with basic software, that was unheard of. On the same night, I watched my uncles clear the first stage, which wasn't supposed to be that hard, but then I also saw them struggle with the second stage. I was forced to go to sleep because I had school next day, and during the next full day, I just could not get this game out of my mind during class. I was so excited to go home and see more of that. And when I finally got home, I saw my uncle was still struggling with that second stage. Airbase was just too difficult. I joined in and started watching until he finally was able to do it. That felt like such an accomplishment at the time. All the tanks go boom, the chopper comes to pick you up, and then we proceed to the next mission. This is where the real story begins. First of all, the mission briefing. To summarize it, the main character Jones has to look for someone named Josef Priboi, who is believed to be imprisoned in this very military airbase. So we need to sneak him out, that's the whole mission. Once we land, we can see the chopper fly away and disappear into the distance. Then we notice this rain. The rain effect felt so realistic, felt so refreshing. And then we notice this music. The very first impression of the mission makes us believe that this is going to be a really dark, really long, and really difficult mission. And that's exactly how it proceeds to be. We can see this little dome, which is supposed to be a radar, a guard walking around, there's another guard inside. But before we proceed, let me tell you a mistake. This guard, have you ever wondered why this is the only guard in the whole game that looks like this? Well, that is because he is not actually a guard. He is supposed to be one of the staff of the I.G.I. HQ. And if we look at the mission briefing cutscene, this is where he was supposed to be. So I guess accidentally his position has been swapped. This is the radar. Here's the controls for the radar. There's all the power supply. We thought that this is maybe the whole mission. But when we take a few steps, there it is. The actual gameplay location. This site, when you look at it for the first time, it makes us feel this sense of danger, like this is going to be a really harsh and difficult mission. But then there's something right here, a gigantic tower over there. This isn't just some local private small military base. It's a full-scale actual military base. It's gigantic. It's huge. Just walking on that runway makes us feel puny. There's the main runway, and then there's this small taxiway. Even that little taxiway feels like it's gonna take forever to cross this road. This game was not messing around, whether it be a base, whether it be the mountains, whether it be a runway. It took itself way too serious in these regards, and it's exactly what made it so much loved. This mission in particular has 3 different ways. The first one is the normal simple way that every one of us remember. This one is kind of playing it safe, no risks. We have to go through this basement warehouse, kill these 2 guards, or the easier way is to just sneak behind them and kill them with a knife. Come out from the other side, kill this other sniper, and the patrolling guards below. Get to the top, grab that sniper, kill everyone from a distance. And once you've killed enough of them, just slide back down, take this route, kill this other sniper dude that's not looking at you and put him out of his misery. There are some warehouses, but they have nothing, so I think this is a wasted opportunity. There should have been at least some ammo or guns inside. Did you know there's another alarm button right here that we never noticed? Well, at least we do know what will happen if we press that. Get inside the HQ, grab all the snipers you can, and then proceed to the objective. The second way is the hardcore way. No sneaky peeky, just open this gate and fight everyone head on. Then go to the objective. And then there's a third way, which I believe barely anyone ever tried. That is because that was supposed to be a stealthy way, and I.G.I does not reward you for using stealth. You can go through this office building, come out behind here, get onto the tower, slide down from the other side, go through right behind this power grid. There may be a few guards in the way. Get on top of the roof, grab the ladders down, and here we are, straight into the building. But there is something about this place. I believe this was once an objective, because why would you place guards here? And there is a guard inside of the power grid. This could have been an objective to shut down the electricity so you can open the cells, but I guess the developers thought about removing the objective because it would have made the mission way more lengthier than it already is. And since coming here would have become necessary, then no one would have explored the front gate. Not sure how to feel about that, but I guess I'm glad they removed it. When we get close to this building, no matter which way we come from, to make the most fun out of this, we need to have a shotgun. And this level has plenty of those. Then we go down to the basement to see if Josef Priboi is there, and we check all 3 cells, but he is nowhere to be found. Now let me tell you something interesting. We have this image from the beta version of the game, and from what I speculate is that this was supposed to be Josef Priboi, and this screenshot is from a completely different mission. Seems like this could have been an earlier version of Airbase, and we were actually equipped with an AW sniper. It's a lot more Delta Force-like. So I'm glad we got this mission instead of whatever that was going to be. And I know, like most of us, you too probably locked yourself inside of the cell, because for some reason it felt kinda cool to be jailed. We have this medical room where we can find a syringe, and this mission has plenty of these too. There's one in the headquarters building, and then there's one in the checkpoint in the final location. This mission has plenty of Uzis, plenty of snipers, plenty of Spas 12s, and of course AK-47 is universal. You cannot have a mission without that. So now that the first objective is cleared, we have 3 ways to get back, the same 3 ways I told you about. But since I was a child, I was always too scared to go from the direct paths, which is why I usually took the longer route. Yeah, I was a wimp. Now we have to go to the other side of the base. If we played the safe game, which means we probably picked up all the snipers we can. So this is very easy, we can just kill everyone from a distance, even this guy on top of the tower. Or else you can just grab a shotgun and show them who's the boss. Get inside, get to the top, use the shotgun one more time, learn all the controls and the basics about the planes, come back down and go towards the plane. There is, however, a 4th way to do this mission, which I did try a couple of times when I was younger. I come to this base first, kill everyone here, grab their weapons, and then go to the other base. That works too, but it just makes the mission lengthier. And now the final part. You see, in these hangars, there are a couple of jets. One of them is flight ready, we can just take it and finish the mission. But the other one, this tow car, or whatever car it is, because the developers understood that the players would definitely want to take a closer look at the planes. So they just put that deliberately here so we can jump onto it and climb onto the plane. And then this is where the mission ends, and I think this has to be the coolest ending for any mission in the whole series.
Easy, Tiger.
David Jones can pilot a Sukhoi 27? That's so awesome! I'm sure everyone has a different story about this mission, but no one can deny the fact that when it comes to the design, the feel, the music, the geometry, the world, however you look at it, this is definitely the greatest mission from the I.G.I series. And if we talk about the music, not only is this one of the top 2 iconic musics for the I.G.I series, it is also one of, if not the most underrated soundtrack in video gaming history.